Evening, thanks. Max Reaver, 317 20th Street Southeast. Councilman Kuhn and Councilman Lee, I really want to thank you for all your hard work, and I really do. I applaud you. Just to get back to what Councilman Hickey said at the last council meeting, that he mentioned my name about Bonton, then he went on to say if there was any job creation. Well, I did some follow-up on that. I wasn't really looking at it that hard. I just couldn't believe you did that on the same night that you have a shortfall of $200,000 for your police and fire, and you gave away $250,000. Doesn't even make sense. But anyway, Bonton's stocks have been declining since 2013 from a high of $21.77. Today they close at $1.70. Uptown here, 4 positions have been changed. If you would have done your research before you gave them the money, staff recommended it, you'd have found out that three part-timers are gone and 1 full-timer went to part-time. So that's not good numbers. We know why you're doing it. You know, you want to enhance the saleability of the mall. You're under pressure there from the Renaissance Group, and we know you want to put our money in there, and you're going to put a lot of our money in there, 11, 12, $13 million, and then give it to whoever owns it, then we lease it back. Wow, that's some different stuff. I'd also like to say Little Chicago, somebody bought the building up there, Little Chicago, and the pizza joint on 2nd Northeast, and I hope you step forward like you have for other local companies that I've watched you do over the last 4 years, move them around town and help them fit in somewhere else or get into a bigger building or a newer building. I hope you help that small business that's downtown Mason City. I put that on your radar, I hope. And put this on your radar too. The Iowa Heritage Foundation that you're talking about, and the UP and the stuff that's going on there. We're sitting on a gold mine, and I've said it for now just about 30 years, and I'm going to say it again tonight. Progressive Rail owns the Iowa Traction Railroad, the last working 600 direct current volt electric railroad in the country. Railroading, if you read the journal, Steve, you ought to know this, you're in that business. Railroading is one of the top tourist attractions in the country, anywhere, from coast to coast. Boone Scenic in Iowa. I would hate to see you just maul that from 19th Street out to Lime Creek or whatever your destination is, that railway right away just for walking and bicycling. You should be working with the Trolley Park people. You should be working with Progressive Rail from Lakeville, Minnesota. They've got a great guy here, John Michael, locally. You should be talking to them about what can we do to do the electric railroad and enhance that. You certainly could have a sidewalk, a path for walking and biking next to the electric railroad that could go up. What a tourist attraction. I can't even begin to tell you, but I hope you don't lose your way on that. The other thing I want to say is we were traumatized as a community, really. When is it does a group of people that step up and stand out and talk to their government become the enemy? Not all emails and phone calls were returned. I can tell you that personally. They were not returned. Why does it have to be like that? You took a position, you had 3 months to get ready, we had 24 hours to react, and we took a position. Why do we have to treat each other like the enemy and do that here? Well, I'm going to ask that Chad Schreck said it from our EDC, a group that we've given North Iowa Corridor over $1 million in the last 15 years we contributed to taxpayers. And he said it. Well, maybe we need to have a discussion, community discussion of who we are, what we want to be, what kind of business we want to attract, work together, identify where we're going to go. That's what I'm here for tonight. I think we need to have that discussion, and I'm going to be waiting for it. Thursday night at my garden, 500 2nd Northeast, Mayor, I know where you know where it's at. I'm personally inviting you to come there at 6 o'clock tomorrow night for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Show up. You show up at a lot of other places. There might be 4 people there. There might be 40 people there. I have no idea. But there's a lot of people that are asking for people to show up, whether it's healing, faith-based, or looking at alternatives, or keeping the issue alive, and talking about CAFOs and factory farms and agriculture. I'm having a little get-together. I'm inviting you personally to come. I wish you'd show up, and we can talk. It might be 5 minutes, Mayor. It could be 25. But that's Thursday night, 6 o'clock, at 500 2nd Northeast. there'll be a few citizens there, and I think it would be good for you to kind of introduce yourself to them. You know, what we found out is a lot of people don't know who Eric Bookmeyer is. They really don't. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Weaver.
All right, you're on, Mr. Weaver.
Hey, sorry I didn't get to everything. You know, that 5-minute timeline is pretty incredible. It's pretty hard to meet it, even with a guy like me that can talk 1,000 words a minute. But what I really wanted to say also is this swimming deal. 78 degrees, I mean, come on, you know what? For years we didn't have a pool in Mason City, and everybody, men, women, guys, even the cops after shift would go jump in the pit, and it was colder than hell, but we all got used to it. I don't know what they're doing. If they really got to save $14,000, well, there's something going on there. They just gave $250,000 away to a store that's, I think, in a financial trouble possibly. So I think that's it wasn't too appropriate, and the fire police fund should have been taken care of first before they start handing the money out. If they really have a shortfall of $14,000 and ask Parks and Recs to make it up, well, how are they going to do Parks and Recs, their new office in the new $13 million, $12 million building? I don't know how they're going to pay that rent. That rent's going to go sky high. The other thing I want to mention is the shortfall and the things. Thursday night, 6 o'clock, appreciate it, is the mowing. We're not, I guess Brent Trout said at one of the meetings they were 4 or 5 people short, but the mowing is getting out of control. You know, the people, we pay our tax. I mean, I think this council's got some of its priorities way mixed up. You know, I mean, geez, that's part of the whole thing too, the effort of recruiting and having people come to Mason City. You want to have your parks look good, and we got great parks, but it's an issue. And the third thing I want to really say, because I couldn't do it because I had my turn at the microphone, is Mr. Mathis, Rick Mathis and his dad. What did he say? What he's saying is Macy's going to hell. His dad says we're going down to nothing and we're going to lose, we have nothing. That's simply not true. All you got to do is go up to City Hall, talk to Kevin Jacobson, the finance guy. You'll find out his wall of awards that he has. He's done a great job. Our 27, 28 funds are solid. Local option sales tax is booming. And sure, our population is down and some of the schools are down too, but I don't think they're taking into consideration the Christian school, the homeschoolers that are out there, the people that have dual enrolled, the community around us, people at Clear Lake, our students are there. I mean, let's bring it all into reality and we'll really see what that number is. It's not that voodoo a number. And our Moody's rating and our property tax income that's coming in is, we're solid as heck. What did Councilman Hickey say? We're the 16th largest metro area in Iowa, but we have the 8th largest retail. We're doing great. Our money, it doesn't add up. Sure, our population's down, and I think we're going to take care of that. I think this voting down the pig plan is going to bring people here. I think other companies are going to look at us and think that we're kind of special. We work so hard. I mean, come on, man. We got the last standing Frank Lloyd Wright hotel. Let's capitalize on that. And the other things that we've done, a refurbished library, a beautiful library, one of the most beautiful libraries a town this size, a museum, second to none, a town this size. We got a lot of great things. What we don't need is the Mathises. Rick, let it go, Rick. I'm not sure maybe your business is, maybe you need a new website. Maybe you need to get a little higher tech. Maybe I'm getting there. I'm going into social media. I'm going to learn how to tweet and Twitter and hashtag. I'm going to learn all that stuff. Maybe the Mathises need to do it. No more voodoo talk about how terrible that our community is. It's just simply not true. We financially are very solid with that 2A, AA rating from Moody's. They say we're a great risk. Our rate ratio to debt to what we can bond for is outstanding. We've done a great job. Kevin's done a great job. And the bigger great job are the previous city councils that have served in the last 20 years, 25 years, starting in the 90s. They built a great community. The things that we worked on, what we did, the infrastructure we put in. Really, this council is really sort of a do-nothing council. They've done the blue zones and tried to keep our weight down and the calories off our back, and bicycle paths and the painting in the streets, a lot of money, but that's about it. The plates got smaller at the restaurants, you know what I mean? We just sneak it home. When we get home, we eat more. But I'm just saying, previous councils have built this community and built a strong financial community. So I wish the Mathises would back way off with their commentary and what they're doing. They're actually that's voodoo. They're selling the voodoo economics, and it's simply not true. Right. I appreciate this time. Thank you.